I want to show you a few things about how you can find photographs and how you can open photographs on your computer. Now I use a PC, that is a Windows-based machine. So those of you that have Macs, I'm sorry, I really can't help you. And there may be some of you who think that this is ridiculously simple, but there are others of you that will find this useful. So let's just look on my computer, and of course we have these different options of what to look like on the hard drive, etc. Here is actually a memory card from my Nikon camera, and I'm going to go into this, and of course we have these folders in here. Now when you just see these image files that are in here, they will be identified as JPEGs, typically JPG files, JPEGs. Alright, so how do I view this? Well, obviously there's this preview thing here, and this is something that is scalable so that you can make it as large as you want or as small as you want. I want to show you another couple options. One is if I right click on this and come down to open with, then I'm going to see several options I have. Now I use Adobe Photoshop Elements quite a bit for my photo editing. I know in this class we're going to use Pixlr. For just viewing the photos, I would often use Windows Photo Viewer. So I'm going to click on that and it will open up. I'm going to expand it there. So now I'm in Windows Photo Viewer, and this is how you navigate around a little bit. It's very limited in what it does, but it does let you see a sequence of photographs. And so that's its use. Another thing you can do once you're into the photo viewer, though, is if you hover over the photo and right click, you will get this open with. What I can do is I can view a bunch of stuff, but if I actually want to edit it, I can come down to Adobe Photoshop Elements. Now I know in this class we're going to use Pixlr. That is an online program, whereas Photoshop or Photoshop Elements, like I use, actually exists on your computer. So it's a program on your computer, so it's different. You're not going to see Pixlr when you right click here. We'll get into how to import your photos into Pixlr in a couple of weeks, but just in terms of viewing things, Windows Photo Viewer is a good way to go. If I go back to my listing here, another program, and I want to show you this, is if I go again to open with, and I have this program here called Orphan View. That's kind of a weird name, but let me go ahead and click on that. And there it is. See, that's Orphan View. Orphan View is a free program, and you can get it at orphanview.com, and you would click over here on download, but it lets you do a lot of things. It's not the world's best editor, but I use it a lot just simply because it's easy to do some things. One of them is to convert file types. So if I have a image file that is in the PNG format, the PNG format, for example, and I want to make it a JPEG, well, Orphan View is a good way to do that. So to go back to my directory here on my computer, again, if I right click on this, I can go directly to Orphan View, which I've obviously downloaded to my computer, and there it is. Now, I can use Orphan View as a way of navigating through that directory of my memory card that I have in my computer. So just clicking on these arrows gets me to move around. Now once I'm in here, I can actually do a lot of things with Orphan View. And if I go under particularly image, there's all this stuff I can do. I can do corrections, I can sharpen, but one of the most useful things to me is to resize and resample. A lot of times I'll have an image that's really big, and for the particular application I'm going to use it in, for example, if I'm putting it in a blog or if I'm going to maybe send it to somebody, and this is a huge image file, then what I can do, you can see it is a big image file. Up here, this is the number of pixels, and when you have thousands of pixels, it's a big image. So if I wanted to make it smaller, I can just click on one of these presets here, or I can make it smaller by half. So here was the original size, and this is going to be the new size. And I can even do that again. So now I have it a quarter of the size. And if I OK that, then it will, when I save it again, it will save it as a much smaller image. So that's a pretty handy thing. So again, I just wanted to show you that the Windows Photo Viewer is a good way to get around, and Orphan View is another way that you can navigate, but you can actually do a little bit more with that. And remember, Orphan View, it's free, and you can get it at orphanview.com.